Well, let's talk about Iran, because an advisor to the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, says that threats from Israel could push the regime towards pursuing a nuclear bomb. The Islamic Republic has always insisted it does not seek a nuclear weapon and that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes. Fresh back from a trip to Tehran, the head of the UN's nuclear watchdog, the IAEA, Rafael Grossi, called on world leaders to adopt concrete measures regarding Iran's nuclear program, calling cooperation unsatisfactory. Well, joining us now, Behnam Ben Taleblu is a senior fellow at the Foundation for the Defence of Democracies. Thank you for being with us, Behnam. A pretty thinly veiled threat, shall we say, from this advisor, Kamal Karazi.
Pleasure to be back with you, Laura, and perhaps not so thinly veiled, because there's been a whole string of commentary, a little bit before COVID, but a steady string after, including a ton this year in the post-October 7 Middle East. This is simply the latest by Iranian political and military officials trying to dangle a nuclear sword of Damocles over Israel, over America, basically threatening massive expansion of their nuclear program and indeed weaponization of it. To be able to prevent or push back on any kind of perceived threat or real threat from Israel or America or any other external power. So this was the entire purpose of opposing Iran having domestic nuclear enrichment, a robust nuclear program to begin with, because it could at a moment's notice ramp it up and be able to issue precisely some of these threats. So my fear is we're going to be hearing a lot more of these threats, not less, anytime soon.
And the IAEA chief, Rafael Grossi, in pretty strong language for him, said that there was a completely unsatisfactory level of cooperation from Tehran this week. Has the international community just lost control now of Iran's nuclear program?
That comment by Rafael Grossi was expected, and indeed I think the trip in essence was a little bit unnecessarily and poorly timed. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. It's not worth someone like Rafael Grossi, who has gone to Tehran and tried for so many years now with spit and gum and glue to hold up the non-proliferation regime and to hold up the monitoring and verification regime that this government in Tehran is intent on gutting by death by 1,000 cuts approach. But when Grossi did go to Iran, it was coterminous with a massive nuclear conference, nuclear exhibit, you could say, by the Islamic Republic, where they, on the sidelines of that conference, an Iranian official indeed threatened to share nuclear technology with other states if they were subject to more pressure. So this is exactly not the kind of imagery you want for the Director General. It was predictable that they were not going to be able to revive the March 2023 agreement, and that was a political, not a legal or technical agreement. Moving forward, I think, unless the West gets serious at the Board of Governors and at the UN Security Council, the regime will understand that there are very few cards left for the West to play against the nuclear program, and you will have lost both hands off the wheel.
Can we imagine that Iran is feeling pretty emboldened by that decision by the Biden administration to withhold military aid to Israel?
Partially, but these things have a context. In general, the Islamic Republic is quite good about compartmentalizing the issues it has with newfound friends such as Russia or older friends such as China, where there may be issues of political or strategic divergence. It would be an own goal for Washington, particularly for the Biden administration, to ramp up and play up the differences between itself and its other regional partners and allies like Israel or like Saudi Arabia. So sometimes in this case, we need to take a page from our adversaries' book and learn how they can compartmentalize some of their issues and build on shared cooperation, because I guarantee you there is tons more reasons for Israel and America to cooperate than for Russia and Iran to cooperate.
Behnam Ben Taleblu at the FDD, thank you very much.
Thank you.